it occurred to me that coming downhill especially would be so much easier if I wasn't carrying a camera. I had considered different parks for this December trip. I'm really glad we came to this one though. I really am. It's about time. Of all the parks that I've been to so far, this is the best trail I've been on. What draws people here is of course the beauty of this park itself, but the main draw to this park is this right here, the Frio River. This is a beautiful hill country campsite. And there's no burn ban going on. We come to state parks to get away from this kind of stuff, but just like San Antonio, there's construction. Feeling jolly in Texas. Garner Grill, which looks to be out of commission. The best grill in the park is right over there in sight, 510. The Switchback Grill. All right, we are here at the Old Baldy Trailhead. Well, I'm about halfway up, I think. I was wondering if you'd like to hike up here and join me.
No.
And I still gotta go walk back down this son of a bitch. Welcome to Garner State Park, the most popular one in Texas, and with good reason. This place is spectacular. This is the Texas Hill Country at its finest. Stick around. Well, here we are again, making our way out of San Antonio for another one of our getaways. Actually, for a while now, I've been pondering over an idea of a video about San Antonio. I mean, after all, I was born and raised here, right? Why not do a video about it, right? Well, here's the thing. San Antonio positively overflows with history, heritage, culture, and I'm lazy. So, my love letter to San Antonio is going to be more of a if you know type thing, switchback style. But that's down the road a ways. I have about a dozen or so locations to scout. Speaking of going down the road, for the first time we're heading west to Garner State Park. Our travels thus far have taken us to 3 hill country parks, Blanco, Inks Lake, and Guadalupe River State Parks. That means we've only ventured around the southern and central portion of the hill country. We're heading now to the far western edge of the region, and it's been a long time coming. This area is arguably some of the most scenic in the hill country. The entire region has the same basic geologic past. Millions of years ago, this was a huge ocean. Eventually, over time, limestone and other sediment was settled horizontally across the ocean floor. Earth crust stretching and tectonic faults caused an uplifting of about 2,000 feet, creating the Balcones Escarpment, a fault line extending from Del Rio to far north of Austin. This lift created what is known as the Edwards Plateau, which after time and erosion, hill and cave formations developed, and there you have it. The hill country. The switchback Texan cliff note variety. Be that as it may, it's gorgeous out here. And we've been itching to come to this park, just like about 500,000 other people did last year. Welcome to Garner State Park. We've entered the most popular individual state park in Texas, with most annual attendees numbering in the neighborhood of 450 to 500,000 happy campers. Now, technically, Ray Roberts Lake State Park, just north of Fort Worth, gets more annual visitors, but consider the fact that a good portion visit for boat access in one of the 9 units within the park. But as far as an individual state park, a third the size of Ray Roberts Lake State Park, Garner is king. 1,420 acres along the southwestern edge of the hill country. This park was named after John Nance Garner III, the 32nd Vice President of the United States, serving under President Franklin D. Roosevelt from 1933 to 1941. Garner was born in Red River County in far northeast Texas near the state line, but eventually settled in the town of Uvalde, Texas. Sitting on the Frio River, this park's development began in 1935 and was opened to the public in 1941. So, you know what that means. That's right. We're back in Civilian Conservation Corps territory. In the 6 years of construction, CCC Company 879 drew inspiration from the local Alsatian community and their architecture, utilizing limestone and keeping in conjunction with the National Park Service principles of rustic buildings and structures. This included a pavilion, concessions, 14 cabins, as well as hiking trails. This place is popular. We had to reserve 5 months prior and it was still fairly booked, although I do have a few things to say about that later in this video. And this is considered the off-season, mid-December. You should see this place in the summer. There's also construction going on right now as some road work's being done, and Permisson Hill and Live Oak camping loops are currently closed for seasonal maintenance, as they are every year. We're glad to be here. It's only 100 miles from where we park our trailer. It's good to be back. I haven't seen this place in quite a long time. Am I clearing that,
The tree?
cacti?
No, you need to move to the right a little.
It was time to set up and go grab a bite. Unfortunately, again, the nearest Dairy Queen is about 40 miles away. I'm really slipping up in my pre-planning research. Well, we are going to this place. I'm not sure if the food is really going to be any good or not. We're going to find out. The real reason I want to go there is because it's got the coolest name. Gypsy Sally's. What a great name. Gypsy Sally's.
It was good.
It was pretty good. I liked it. I had the smash burger with jalapenos and
I had
tortilla chips.
I had the super cheese.
She had the super cheese smash burger. Not bad. I was gonna challenge some dudes back there to a game of pool, but yeah, I would have just embarrassed myself.
And me.
Gypsy, yeah, and Mrs. Switchback. Gypsy Sally's in Leakey, Texas. Pronounced Leakey, spelled leaky. We are in campsite 510. How's it going, Nomer Pile? 510. That should give you an indication of how many campsites are in this park. It is mid-December, and it is 65 degrees right now. But take a look at this campsite. It's very, very spacious, very roomy. We have a wooden picnic table on a concrete slab. We have a fire pit here, and there's no burn ban going on. And of course, it's Weber time. This is a very level campsite. Now, front to back, I had to lower it quite a bit, but side to side, this is a very level campsite, which kind of surprised me, considering the pad itself looks like it needs to be maybe improved on a little bit. But again, there are hundreds of campsites here. And surprisingly enough, despite that, they're still very well maintained. We are getting a whopping 0 television channels. We got a little spoiled on our last 2 parks. At Brazos Bend, we had 113 channels. At Stephen F. Austin, we had, I think, 85. And here, 0. The reception is not very good. In fact, I didn't even get any radio stations. Remember radio? Remember AM, FM radio? Couldn't even pick up any of those out here. Now, surprisingly enough, the cell phone service is actually pretty decent. I had been led to believe that the cellular service was non-existent out here. And we've gotten 2 bars, 3 bars. We've had no problem with cell service at all. This is a water and electric only campsite. We do not have full hookups here. We do have 20, 30, and 50 amp power. I have the emergency reservoir with wheels on it for the holding tank for gray water. We have holding tanks of 39 gallons each, gray and black, and we've never had to use this thing. But I guess it's always good to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. This is mainly used for gray water. If you're filling up a 39-gallon black tank on a 3-day or 4-day trip, then the dump station's the least of your worries. You need to go to the doctor. I'd like to also introduce you to the newest member of the Switchback team. This here is DQ Dillo. This was gifted to me by fellow YouTuber and friend Todd Saw. I've mentioned him before, specifically when I was talking about that hat that I wore that came directly from his influence. Mrs. Switchback would still like to talk to you about that, Todd. Go check out his channel, Todd Saw. It's that simple. Todd Saw. And yes, we bit the bullet. We got a Starlink Mini. You know how once in a while a guy wants something but is too nervous to ask the missus? I've been kind of interested in this for a little while, just to be able to stay connected while we're out and about. When we were at Stephen F. Austin, we met up with Outside by Side, David and Tanya, and they had this set up too. So Tanya spoke with Mrs. Switchback about it and got her on board. So thank you, Tanya. I owe you one. I can't remember if I've showed this before or not, but I got this tire cover here that has my logo on it. And I would like to thank David and Tanya for making this for me. It fits perfectly and I love it. I love stuff like this. David and Tanya own a sign shop over near Houston, in Houston, I think. And they got a lot of resources to make things like this. So thank you, David and Tanya. Appreciate it. The last time I was here at Garner, I believe was when I was in high school. You know, 10 years ago, me and my buddy, we came here the day before we graduated high school and hiked up Old Baldy, swam in the river. As far as swimming holes go, you're not going to find a better one than the Frio River, where apparently George Strait learned to swim. Crystal clear water, and it is Frio. It is very cold. And we're not going to be swimming in it now, of course. It's December. One thing to also keep in mind when you're out here, there are several of these red ants and their little nesting areas here around the campsite and around the park in general. But yeah, they're kind of scattered throughout the campsite. They actually appear, and I suppose it's because of the weather, but they appear to be more dormant than usual. I reckon. They really do have big camping loops here. This is a big one. We are in the, I believe, Rio Frio camping loop. The bathhouses here are very nice, pretty typical for a state park. Good hot water, private showers. We used the bathhouse this morning and it was pleasant. Good water pressure, hot water, 3 shower stalls. It was nice. Maybe a little bit dated, but not much. As with many Texas state parks, Garner's not without its pros and cons. The pros, of course, would have to be the wide variety of activities here. If you're an RVer, you have so many different sites to choose from. You have sites on the river, sites with beautiful hills as a backdrop. You also have opportunities for swimming, tubing, kayaking, fishing. They have an 18-hole miniature golf course. There's a food truck that operates during the warmer months. There's 16 miles of hiking trails, including the always challenging hike up Old Baldy. Another pro is the wildlife here. From white-tailed and axis deer to squirrels, raccoons, armadillos, roadrunners. The list goes on and on. Now the cons. There's only one con. You're never going to see that wildlife again. Seen here dreaming about the nutritional benefits of Roadrunner before realizing he doesn't really care, Cooper, the Bengal tiger, never pays any mind to nutrition or sustenance. It's all about the hunt and the kill. When he comes out at night, it's like he has a vendetta against the entire state. Every other species in the area, they've started councils for support and gatherings to devise plans for avoidance. It does no good. He sees everything. He knows everything. He doesn't climb in the trees. The trees bend their limbs for him to ascend. He once killed a mouse before it was even born. He doesn't just arrive at a state park. The park conforms to his presence. Leopards, jaguars, lions, and tigers call him Sensei. If you watch The Lion King, you'll see he's listed as executive producer. If you watch Jaws, Jurassic Park, any of the Predator movies, and Silence of the Lambs, you'll see he's listed as consultant. The CCC never envisioned terror like this entering their parks like he's been doing for the last year and a half. So everyone, beware. He'll be coming to a park near you at some point. Here are some tips to make sure you don't come into contact with him. 1. Move to Alaska, to the relative safety amongst the wolves and grizzlies. 2. Find an old abandoned nuclear fallout shelter like the ones built back in the Cold War days of the early 50s. Go ahead and stay in it for the rest of your life. 3. Get in a boat and sail out to the middle of the Pacific and stay there for the rest of your life. 4. That's it. There's no 4. So, I'll do my best to keep Cooper at bay while you plan your escape. If you don't, you can't say you weren't warned. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of empty sites here. When I booked this, it looked like a lot of sites were already taken, but I don't know. I mean, it says reserved on there, but that doesn't always mean that they're going to show up. This is an issue that has been going on for a little while now, where people make reservations and don't show up. At the very least, call and cancel so it can be available to someone else. But who am I? I'm just switchback Texan. I was told to get to this area of the park yesterday when I checked in that traffic light that we just went through can last up to 9 minutes. Well, they got a candy shop. It is open. Well, this is new for us. First state park that has a candy shop. And here's another first. We've been to state parks that have a full-on golf course, but here at Garner, we have miniature golf. And here we have the Garner Grill, which looks to be out of commission at the moment. But see, we don't need no Garner Grill, because the best grill in the park is right over there in site 510. This is really pretty out here. Oh, for a second there, I thought they had a dump station. That wouldn't be very appealing, a dump station right next to the Garner Grill. But no, it is not a dump station. Speed limit, 20 miles, which means I really got to tame that e-bike. Back in the 1920s, during the early years of the State Park Commission here in Texas, Governor Pat Neff envisioned a state park every 100 miles, running along what is now Highway 281. About 250 miles north of where we are now is the town of Stephenville, Texas. It was here that construction began in the early 30s to develop Stephenville State Park, but due to budget restraints and the fact that more state park projects were being developed as destination parks rather than quick stopovers and day trips, the project was scrapped, and the land was returned to its original owners, which was the fate of several other undeveloped state parks at that time. Now, this kind of sucks because it meant that timing, funds, scenery, and activities just didn't harmonize. But what it did do was spearhead something else. Enter Phase 2 of state park development. Parks that didn't require improvements to be attractive. Garner is what we got, and the standards were then set. This paved the way for other state parks like Bastrop, Lost Maples, Cleburne, Huntsville, Palmetto, and many, many others. In fact, the undeveloped Stephenville State Park land was and is probably still referred to as the Old Garner. Thank you for blazing the trail, so to speak. You can't mention the Garner Pavilion without bringing up the Saturday night dances started by the CCC men back in the 30s. This place was jumping back then, not just on Saturday nights, but Friday nights too. And maybe 2 or 3 weeknights thrown into the mix because, hey, why not? And this pavilion was the place to do it like no other. It was, is, and most likely will always be the most popular pavilion within the Texas State Park system, as evidenced today. Even now, starting every Memorial Day weekend and continuing through mid-August, nightly jukebox dances are held here. So I'm glad we're here in December, because I don't dance worth a damn. Mrs. Switchback does though. And she likes gift shops. And this one is a winner. I even ran into one of Cooper's old rivals here. And well, you see what happened to him. All right, we're here at the park store. This is a big park store. Well, if you forgot anything, you're more than likely going to find it here. They even have chupacabra. Wow. All right, we went to the park store, which is probably the best I've seen. Got a few provisions, you know, things that we need. a pickle, some Skittles,
Chips Ahoy cookies.
Chips Ahoy cookies. Well, we also have shelters here at Garner, with its own little area here with a fire pit, charcoal grill. Got water. And these are screened shelters, and this one is locked. Looks like they have a coded entrance. But they're your typical screened shelters. And there are 37 of them here. It looks like you have a tent camping area in the middle of this section. And I could be wrong, but that may very well be old Baldy over there. I'm not sure. When you come here in the summer, this place is jumping with people. Don't be surprised to find yourself in an hour-long line when you drive to the entrance. And really, an hour is probably lowballing it. What draws people here is, of course, the beauty of this park itself, but the main draw to this park is this right here, the Frio River. This is referred to as the old section of Garner State Park. There are RV sites down a little ways, but the area here right along the river and the area I'm standing in now is mostly for day use. The picnic areas and tables out here are all on a first-come, first-served basis. All you need to reserve is a day pass. That's usually the way it is at most of the state parks. And yes, it's cold as hell. I know why it gets the name Frio. Okay, so once again, it's cooking time. And in the spirit of the season, I went out and I bought this big blob of meat. This is a boneless turkey breast, and although it doesn't really look like much right now, wait till I'm done with it. We took a perfectly healthy, lean turkey breast and made it totally unhealthy with a couple of sticks of butter. This is great turkey. It's got a good flavor. The charcoal and everything and the little wood chunks add a little hint of smoke, but it's not too smoky. This is fantastic. The river runs right along to the left here. We are in the Rio Frio camping area, which basically is a camping loop within a camping loop. We're on the inner loop. Now these are the campsites that are on the outer loop. They are undergoing construction in different areas throughout the park. This really is a beautiful park. It's in a very, very fantastically hilly part of the hill country. I'm planning on hiking up Old Baldy, which is about a half a mile hike up at least 400 feet of elevation. So to get up to the summit, I'm gonna have to be careful. All right, we're gonna check out the visitor center. We didn't come here. We came to the gift shop. Very nice little visitor center. We didn't go there yesterday. We missed it, I guess. We were too busy going looking for the gift shop and the candy shop. And of course, here we go. Here's the light that I was told could take up to 9 minutes. And from what I can tell, there is no other way back to the area we're going. It's been 1 minute. I am officially annoyed. I'm usually the annoyer, not the annoyee, but we've been here for about 5 minutes now. All right, we're in business. That was about 7 minutes. I am officially no longer annoyed. I'm not sure what the construction over here is for. Looks like they're building a sidewalk. So I suppose that would be the cause of this. Maybe there's an overlook right there. Maybe they're redoing that. I should really ask these questions. And now we are heading to the Old Baldy Summit. This is unlike any trail that I've done yet on these videos. So we are here at the Old Baldy Trailhead. I've actually hiked this trail before when I was I think I was 18 years old, 10 years ago. I remember that it was a little bit taxing. And of course, I was 18. So now, 10 years later, We'll see how it goes. I knew it was going to be a little colder today, but the high is 50 and the winds are about 15 miles per hour. So that makes it feel like it's about 3. All right, let's do this. To say this is rocky would be an understatement. Wow. One thing I will say about this trail, the path is very clearly marked. There's been no problems with that whatsoever. And the terrain here is constantly shifting. Funny thing about weather, the higher you go, the colder it gets, and the windier. Well, I'm about halfway up, I think. Not sure yet. That's where I came from. You know, I come on these trips to relax. This better be it. Yep, we're at the summit of Old Baldy. It's about a half a mile up. Felt like about 20. The walkie-talkies are out of battery. So I'm gonna call Mrs. Switchback and check up on her.
Hello?
Hey, I'm here at the summit of Old Baldy.
How is it?
I was wondering if you'd like to hike up here and join me.
No, but thank you.
What are you doing?
I am in our cozy trailer watching Everybody Loves Raymond.
You're not watching QVC?
No, I'm watching Everybody Loves Raymond.
You normally watch QVC when I'm not around. I wonder why. I kind of want to stay up here for the rest of the weekend. I wonder if they would do an air rescue just for being tired. So we are at an elevation of 1,849 feet. That is above sea level. The actual trail itself climbs somewhere around 450 feet, maybe 500. But no, the mountain itself, or the hill, is not 1,849 feet tall. Sure as hell feels like it. Of all the parks that I've been to so far, this is the best trail I've been on. Is it tiring? Yes. Is it challenging? Yes. But the reward is this. And it's just spectacular. What a great, great trail. Just fantastic. And I still got to go walk back down this son of a bitch. Loose rocks, steep grades. Yeah, no shit. Well, I did it. I conquered Old Baldy. 53 years old. 28 years old was no problem. Now, I'm gonna go back to the camper and pass out. All right, guys, we got ourselves a dump station over here. This is one of 4 dump stations that are in this park. Looks like they got one portal here. No, they have 2 portals here. And I've seen some of the other dump stations, and I did notice something interesting. There was another dump station I saw that didn't have a sign that said, "Do not drink the water." So I guess from that dump station, it's okay to drink the water. I'm kidding, of course. It's never okay to drink the water that you can get right here at your friendly neighborhood dump your sewage station. But what if you filter it? Relaxing this Sunday afternoon, I conquered Old Baldy. And now it's just time to kick back and hang out at the campsite, and maybe we'll have some hot dogs. We're gonna take a little stroll right now. It's about 3 o'clock, right? Mm-hmm. Looks like most of the people here have cleared out on this particular loop. So we're just hanging out and enjoying this 49-degree weather. But it feels like 47. This is going to be the extent of Mrs. Switchback's trailblazing at this park. While I was climbing up those rocks, Mrs. Switchback was sitting in the warm camper with Cooper. Mm-hmm. So I never said I was the smart one in this family, but y'all know that already. And here we are, the Frio River. This is beautiful. All you can hear out here are the birds and the trickling of the river. In the year and a half or so that we've been doing this thing, Mrs. Switchback has discovered that she is more into the winter camping, the colder weather camping. I like it too, but I kind of prefer the hotter weather. That's just me though. But we haven't had to turn our air conditioner on at all since we've been here. Of course, it is mid-December, like I said, and I'm always looking for a reason to bust out the flannel. It is so quiet out here. And again, it's Sunday. Everybody's cleared out. I think we're maybe one of 4 or 5 other campsites occupied out here. This is why we choose to leave on Mondays rather than Sundays, because we get to enjoy these quiet evenings like this. And it really is quiet. You can faintly hear the river from where we are. This is fantastic. Great campsite. Great camping loop. I would definitely stay in this campsite again. So the nearest Dairy Queen to Garner State Park is about 40 miles. So we're on our way home. We couldn't help ourselves. Okay, we are headed back home from Garner State Park. What goes around comes around. Anyone who has watched my videos in the past know that almost every video I do on a state park, the dump station sarcasm is just going to be a part of it. The truth of the matter is, I rather enjoy dumping the holding tanks. I find it very oddly and probably weirdly satisfying. Maybe it's because I'm in the medical field, I don't know, but I actually look forward to going to the dump station. But here's a tip, in case you didn't know, before you take the cover off, make sure the levers are closed. Otherwise, like me, a little while ago, I got a couple of shoefuls of, thankfully, gray water. But hey, I digress. Garner State Park is a wonderful place. It's not far from us. It's 99 miles from where we live. We had fun. We relaxed a lot. We hung out at our campsite a lot. We don't always do that. We're usually out and about doing things. This time around, once we finished our little activities that we do in the park, we just hung out at the campsite. Had a great time. Our next outing will be the last week of January. We're going to be at Mother Neff State Park, the very first state park in Texas, Mother Neff. We're going to be there for 3 nights. And then after that, we're going to head over to Lake Whitney State Park, once again, for the 4th annual Dillo Days event, hosted by Dude RV. We will book a couple of more parks for March and April and May, and probably July. I really appreciate all of you that have watched my videos and that have subscribed to my channel. It really makes me feel great, the fact that you get something out of these videos. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the support. If you enjoyed this video and the videos like this, hit the little like button. If you want to be notified of when one of my videos post, hit that notification bell. But that'll do it for now. So until next time, Switchback Texan is out.